Chinese people, is this your daily breakfast? Farmers raising poultry and livestock to lose pensions. Jiangsu Residential Committee under fire. Goldman Sachs analyst claims betting on China's economy went wrong, learns 2 lessons. Escalating tensions, CCP launches rocket, but debris found in Guangxi villages. Analysis reveals, deadly new drug from China just a click away. It's all covered in today's China Truths. Chinese people, is this your daily breakfast? Recently, a video released by Cayenne Laboratory exposed employees of a regular slaughterhouse in Baoyuo County, Huizhou City, Guangdong Province. These employees have been secretly taking away triple-gland meat that should have been discarded, and selling it to breakfast shops and illegal oil refining facilities. Informants revealed that hundreds of kilograms are transported out daily. Local officials have stated that they will launch an investigation. Netizens have expressed their concerns, pointing out that the chaos in the meat market originates from slaughterhouses and calling for high attention to this issue. Triple-gland meat, which consists of the thyroid, adrenal glands, and lymph nodes of pigs, contains high levels of endocrine hormones and pathogens. Regular cooking methods do not effectively neutralize these harmful substances, making the meat unsafe for consumption. Normally, these glands are removed during the slaughtering process and disposed of appropriately, but in this case, they were being distributed in the food supply chain. The situation was brought to light by a local resident, Mr. Yi, who noticed the suspicious activities while at the Baoyuo Meat Union factory. When he was picking up goods from the factory, he discovered that the employees were collecting the removed pig triple glands and secretly transporting them out of the factory after others had left for the day. They then sold these to breakfast shops and illegal oil refining facilities. The video shows the filmmaker entering a breakfast shop named Lu Ji Breakfast Shop and questioning the staff. They claim it's front leg meat used for making wonton filling, but lymphatic structures are clearly visible on the meat in the video. This scandal has drawn widespread attention to the meat market, with calls for stronger regulation of slaughterhouses to curb such chaos. Some netizens are skeptical about government regulation, saying, "For it to have been going on for so long, I refuse to believe that the managers were unaware." Private pig slaughtering is said to be unsafe for just 1 or 2 pigs, but this theft and self-dealing is far more dangerous, involving thousands of people. Furthermore, the general distrust towards breakfast shops and other food outlets using such meat has escalated in China. The fear that consuming these glandular meats could lead to health issues, such as the development of abnormal growths, reflects the anxiety and uncertainty now prevalent among Chinese consumers. Farmers raising poultry and livestock to lose pensions. Jiangsu Residential Committee under fire. According to various mainland Chinese media and Weibo reports, a rectification notice from the Sanyang Community Residential Committee in Cheating Street, Yixing City, Jiangsu, stated that a resident was found to be raising livestock and poultry again. The resident was ordered to rectify within a specified period, or else lose village-level pension and other community benefits, including family members' political screening, party membership, work certification, and practice certification. On December 25, a community worker confirmed the authenticity of this notice. The worker stated that the community does not explicitly prohibit residents from raising livestock and poultry but advises against it. The village-level pension mentioned in the notice pertains to the pension provided to residents aged over 60 and is distinct from the agricultural retirement pension. Elderly residents over 60 receive a monthly pension subsidy of 360 yuan, approximately $51, each. Regarding the linkage of raising livestock and poultry with family members' political screening, party membership, work certification, and practice certification, the worker said the community has no authority to withhold political screenings or certifications, nor to prevent residents from joining the party. However, when issuing such materials for residents asked to rectify, the community would note any violations of village rules by the household or family members. This incident has caused great public outrage, with netizens commenting, "Farmers can't even raise poultry anymore? Are they expected to rely solely on government subsidies for their livelihood?" Such arbitrary use of power is becoming increasingly common everywhere. On December 25, Yixing city officials ordered the revocation of the notice and the abolishment of the points-based penalty system, with an investigation into the responsible community personnel underway. This case is part of a broader trend of official interference in farmers' lives, including bizarre rules and fines in rural areas for everyday activities and cleanliness standards. Agricultural management, or rural comprehensive administrative law enforcement, has been a topic of controversy and public resentment, viewed as an overreach of government control into rural life. Agricultural management, officially known as Rural Comprehensive Administrative Law Enforcement, or agricultural law enforcement for short, has been causing issues in rural areas. It even claims, what traffic management can't handle, we do. What urban management can't handle, we also manage. We have the permission to act first and report later. This is agricultural management. Commentator Chang Ping wrote in Deutsche Welle that this trend represents a shift from traditional rural society to a system of control, extending government power into all aspects of rural life. He notes that agricultural management is not a new phenomenon but part of a historical pattern of administrative law enforcement in rural China since the Communist Party came to power. Goldman Sachs analyst claims betting on China's economy went wrong, learns 2 lessons. Kamakshia Trivedi, the head of global currency, interest rates, and emerging markets strategy at Goldman Sachs, said that he made a mistake in betting on the Chinese economy in 2023 and learned 2 main lessons from it. Early this year, Wall Street giants, including Goldman Sachs, were optimistic about a substantial recovery in China's economy following the easing of COVID-19 restrictions. Some forecasts even suggested a 15% surge in the Chinese stock market in 2023, which was expected to boost the entire emerging market sector. Contrary to these expectations, the anticipated rally was fleeting, transforming what seemed like a guaranteed profit in China into a definite loss. To date, the Chinese stock market has plummeted over 15%, whereas other emerging markets have seen remarkable success. Speaking to Bloomberg, Trivedi reflected on his experiences, highlighting the need to differentiate between emerging markets as a whole and those outside of China. He observed that for quite some time, Chinese assets have been diverging from other emerging market assets, impacting both stock and fixed income performance. The second takeaway, according to Trivedi, concerns the resilience of emerging markets. Despite the challenging macroeconomic environment created by the Fed's aggressive rate hikes, a robust US dollar, and China's economic downturn, emerging market assets have still managed to perform impressively. When China is excluded, emerging market stocks have soared by 16% this year. In contrast, the MSCI Emerging Markets Index, inclusive of Chinese stocks, has only experienced a 4.4% increase since the beginning of the year. Chinese stocks make up nearly 30% of this index. The Nasdaq Golden Dragon China Index, which tracks Chinese firms listed in the US, has even seen an 8% decline. Trivedi expressed disappointment over the underperformance of Chinese assets, which started the year with low valuations and continued to fall, adversely affecting the overall success of emerging markets for the year. He attributed the robust performance of non-Chinese emerging markets primarily to policy measures. Central banks globally have been actively and preemptively raising interest rates to counter impending inflation pressures. He stated that this macroeconomic environment appears much more favorable than before, and it's positively impacting emerging market assets. Trivedi anticipates a positive overall return on emerging market assets next year. Aside from Goldman Sachs, other leading Wall Street investment banks have also acknowledged the attractiveness of markets outside China. With the slowdown in China's economic growth and the struggles in its real estate sector, Wall Street is gradually withdrawing from the country. Market strategists from major Wall Street banks indicate that most hedge funds and active fund managers who have divested from Chinese stocks are unlikely to re-enter the Chinese stock market until there is a significant improvement in China's economic growth prospects and in US-China relations. Since August, foreign capital exceeding $24 billion has been pulled from China's A-shares, marking the largest and most prolonged capital outflow since the Shanghai-Hong Kong Stock Connect's inception in 2014. Escalating tensions, CCP launches rocket, but debris found in Guangxi villages. Recently, CCP has escalated tensions in the South China Sea, worsening its relationship with the Philippines. The CCP's official media Xinhua news agency stated on the 26th, around 6 a.m., near the coastal area of Yangjiang, Guangdong Province, the Long March 11th rocket was used to launch the experimental 24C satellite and 3 other satellites. The day before, the Chinese Maritime Safety Administration warned on its official website that from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. on the 26th, rocket debris would fall into a part of the South China Sea, prohibiting vessels from entering the area. However, videos on Tuesday, 26th, showed rocket debris falling in the skies above Tianlin County, Baise, Guangxi. In the video, the debris exploded near a residential house, emitting thick yellow smoke. Villagers revealed that the debris crashed onto a village road. Officials only claimed the debris would fall in the South China Sea and did not mention residential areas, causing condemnation from the public. Netizens commented, "Can we avoid it just by being warned? Do they know the precise location? What about compensation?" Additionally, netizens from Chongswa City, Guangxi, reported debris falling and catching fire. However, this station cannot independently verify these claims. The CCP's rocket debris has repeatedly hit civilian areas. In 2020, fragments of the Long March 5B rocket fell in the Ivory Coast, damaging several buildings. Debris from the Long March 5B rocket launched in 2021 uncontrollably fell to Earth, causing widespread anxiety. Analysis reveals, deadly new drug from China just a click away. An investigation by the Epoch Times has uncovered that a power drug, originating from China, is posing a significant threat to Australian drug users and is easily available for purchase online. Despite being accessible via the dark web using Bitcoin, a simple search reveals numerous websites openly selling this drug. One particular website claims that the drug is not yet illegal and acknowledges the increasing number of related deaths. It offers various quantities for sale, ranging from 5 grams for $185 to 1 kilogram for $11,900, with contact options including WhatsApp, Wickr, and a customer service number linked to Florida's Central Coast. The drug in question, nitazene, is a synthetic opioid far stronger than fentanyl. Developed in the 1950s by Swiss researchers, it was never approved due to its severe respiratory effects. Nitazene has recently surfaced in Australia following its connection to fatalities in the US and UK, with one sample found to be 43 times more potent than fentanyl. Dubbed Frankenstein opioids, nitazenes first appeared in Australia in 2022. Authorities in New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland, and the ACT have issued warnings against its use. Available in powder, pill, and liquid forms, it can cause slow breathing, respiratory failure, unconsciousness, skin discoloration, and death. Drug education websites note that nitazenes are cheaper to produce than fentanyl, making them attractive to drug distributors. Dr. Joe Schwartz, a chemistry professor at McGill University, comments on China's role. China has many unregulated labs producing anything requested by customers, including synthesizing various nitazenes and selling them to North American drug dealers. In the U.S., South Florida prosecutors have indicted a Chinese chemical sales company and its employee for selling nitazenes via websites, social media, and messaging apps globally. Another individual was charged for buying nitazenes using WhatsApp and Bitcoin, mixing them with fentanyl or heroin to create a potent drug blend. Chinese chemical and pharmaceutical companies have been key players in the production of illegal synthetic drugs over the past decade. Although China pledged to restrict precursor chemicals for fentanyl production, it hasn't taken similar actions against nitazenes. These companies often evade law enforcement with tactics like using reshippers and cryptocurrency to hide their activities. Moreover, the strained relationship between Beijing and Washington has diminished cooperation in counter-narcotics. In 2021, China denied responsibility for the fentanyl crisis, with its ambassador to the U.S. urging American authorities to look internally for the causes of fentanyl abuse. There are also links to the Chinese triads and the Chinese Communist Party. The U.S. Treasury sanctioned several individuals, including Wan Kwok-Koi, a CCP member and 14K triad leader, for drug trafficking, among other offenses. Chinese criminal groups often avoid government action unless they directly conflict with specific government interests. These groups, like the 14K, cultivate political ties with CCP authorities and diplomats, promoting Beijing's political, strategic, and economic interests. Mr. Wan, for example, founded the World Hongmen History and Culture Association, another entity sanctioned by the U.S. Alex J. Krotulski, from the Center for Forensic Science Research and Education, highlights that Chinese labs are constantly creating new drugs that bypass international laws while retaining opioid-like effects. Additionally, China remains the main supplier of precursor chemicals for methamphetamine production in East Asia and Mexico. Don't forget to leave a comment in the section below to share your opinions on today's topic with us. Make sure to like and subscribe to see more interesting topics from China Truths.